Hello and happy Monday to everybody. This is Michelle from Michelle's Magical Mondays, and I'm so excited to be here. We have so much to talk about today, and I really am excited about this most recent transit that we're coming into. So for those of you who are watching that don't follow astrology, one of the things that I really get excited about is where is Jupiter? And Jupiter is the planet that celebrates like our outward joy, our outward presence, and it is moving into Scorpio. So I see a Tim. So Tim, this is going to be good for you and all my other Scorpios. It's definitely a time where Scorpio, which is interestingly often misidentified as only about sex and death and rebirth. And really what I want to talk about is the fact that right now we're all in this regeneration period. And so this transit, and some of us have been feeling a little bit sticky, a little bit tight over the last few days. And that's kind of normal. That when all this is happening, all these changes are happening, a big planetary shift like the one we're having can make us really identify what we're looking for, what we're looking at, what we're trying to accomplish in our lives. And so this gave us an opportunity to, really look into that inward, that part of us that we don't reveal to everybody else. So normally this is our outward appearance. That's Jupiter, our outward sign. But with the being in Scorpio, it's really bringing your own self into orbit. Did somebody say that I am on the side? Is that better? Is that bringing me into where I should be? Okay, that was weird. So, okay, well, I'll try it this way and I'll hold it. Okay. When we are doing this thing with Jupiter, we are talking about getting us all the way involved with our inner selves. Our inner self and our outer self need to meet up. We need to actually be willing to share with the world our fears, be willing to share with the world the things that like really kind of scare us. We need to really bring out our own fears and identify them. One of the things that my business coach has really brought up to me is that it's really not a bad thing to be afraid. What it is doing is it identifies exactly what we have going on. So if we do have a fear, approaching it, looking at it, seeing if it's really going to hurt us the way we're afraid it's going to hurt us, or if it's going to be more of a opportunity. A lot of times fear is really just an opportunity for growth. It's really time for us to move forward into a new place, to get things going. I'm going to try this again. Is it going to move? Nope, I guess not. So I guess I'm just going to prop this up right here. And apparently it's an opportunity for us to get a new iPod stand. This is the second time this has happened. All right. One of the things I really want to talk about tonight is with this fear and identifying your fear and moving forward on it. We're going to have 6 months of this where things that you have once held secret is going to be your strongest ally in life. literally telling the world about who you are and what you want to become is going to be an asset for you. And often we see that as a weakness. And I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for us to really grow. We have this really changing time where we have an opportunity. Every beginning is also an end. So what we're feeling is the end of something. We're feeling the completion. There's a lot of doors that are finishing, a lot of completion energy right now as we are becoming one with that next step. We're becoming part of that really glorious opportunity. And that's the word. I keep getting it every time I channel this week, is that everything's an opportunity. I was feeling really off over the weekend. I was having a little bit of a headache, and I was feeling like, what's going on? And I really dug into it. And this is what I suggest for each of you. If you are feeling off, if you are feeling rough around the edges right now, dig into it and get what's really going on here. What's really in your heart as you're making this change, because that's happening for people. That's it's real. Change is real. And when we look at it and we go, oh, well, we got rid of all this stuff. We got rid of this gunk. We got rid of this, these people in our lives that weren't doing it for us. We got rid of these challenges. And then there's an emptiness. There's a space. And sometimes we don't understand that we're just in space. We're just in this place in between the next reality. And so my friend Jason, he said something really profound on a post, which is, you're feeling stuck, just get up. Just get up and do something. So on Sunday, I just started getting up and doing things. And when that happened, I realized that the creativity started. And when you're feeling that stuck energy, it's up to you to unstick it, to identify it. We've talked about this before on other videos, but it's labeling. So a label that you don't feel fantastic, label that this is the end of something, label that you might need to surrender. I know that a couple of you that are watching are really in this moment where I know surrender is going to be a really powerful tool for you. And this transit that's coming up is going to be about embracing that inner self and bringing it out into the public eye. Bringing your true heart's desire out. If you live in your own true heart's desire over the next 6 to 8 months, you will be energetically rewarded for it. That's just the way it's going to be. If you are resisting becoming who you want to be, if you are trying to stay in an old paradigm, if you are in that old yucky energy, doing it the same way, exactly like you've always done it before, you're going to get kicked. You're going to get an energetic kick in the butt to make change. That's just the way it is. However, at the same time, if you say, okay, I'm afraid of this, I want this, but I want it bad enough to face my fears, it's like a gift. It's like the universe gives you a magic carpet ride. We're ready for our magic carpet rides as we're coming into this new energy, as we're getting ready for the next phase, as we're getting into the re-identification of self. And that's really a powerful tool, is really evaluating your own personal agenda. And I don't mean like taking stock of everyday stuff. I mean really taking stock on an internal level. Who are you? What do you expect? What do you represent? what is different about the way the world sees you and how you see you, and what do you have to do to make up the difference? And that's been a huge, huge thing over the last couple of weeks. I just saw someone put me on there as, I think Tina just said, purple hair princess, but really, who am I? And I identify with the color purple. I identify with the color mauve, and I identify with these colors. I also identify with blue and red and all the bright colors. And so the world sees me as one thing, but I see myself as a little more multidimensional. So probably in the next 6 months or 8 weeks, as we get into this new energy, you're going to see me trying to make sure that everybody else knows how I see myself. And that's a huge change. So it leads us into really a personal journey. And that's the energy right now. The energy right now, it's 7-Eleven. The energy right now is about a personal quest. And so I'm working on a project, and I'm actually calling it My Odyssey. So some of you are actually on an odyssey. An odyssey means spiritual journey. So are you on a spiritual journey right now? Are you taking stock of who you are? If you are resisting who you really are on the deepest level, the universe is going to bring it forward no matter what. So right now, today, start taking stock. Start really looking at how you see yourself and how you want the world to see you. And that's part of your journey. Part of your odyssey is to represent yourself. Often we're afraid, we have shame, or we have fear of what someone might think or what someone might perceive our situation to be if we put it out there. And the truth is, sometimes when we really put ourselves out there vulnerable, when we really put ourselves out there authentic, when we put ourselves out there really true to ourselves, we have the most heartfelt transition. We have the most heartfelt, human, real response from people. When you feel real, when they accept you as real, when they start wandering into understanding that you are human. A lot of us want to have this perfection shield around us as we, when we are being seen as truly who we are. We bear our souls with our imperfections. We bear our souls with our real vulnerability. When we bring our real authenticity to the table, we will have the strongest reactions. We will have people really claiming the right to be with us, the right to interact with us on a level that they've never interacted before. When you bring it to the table, you'll find this deeper inner peace. You'll find joy that you've never found before. And that's what's coming. That's what we're in the middle of. That's what we have to look forward to. So, yeah, pretty amazing stuff. And I just want to say hi to all of you and thank you. I'm so grateful for these Monday nights. It's something I look forward to every single week. And I've got a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be doing this week. If anybody's out there and want to do magical timing, we're going to do magical timing at Cole on Tuesday night. And I'm working on trying to get that up live. So shoot me a private message if you want a recording or if you're interested in our Tuesday night classes, if you want to get those either recorded or you want to sit in with us on those live, let me know. So every Tuesday I'm at Cole Space down here in Orlando. And we have a fun workshop this weekend. Oh, super fun. We're doing an intuitive arts play shop with crystal balls and tea leaf readings and coffee ground readings. So that's going to be fun. So if anybody's interested in that, that's this Saturday and Sunday here in Orlando. And it's October, guys. This is my favorite month of the entire year, as you know. And so there's lots of cool things, including a Halloween party. I'm doing a traditional Halloween party to benefit a food pantry that's had all of its stores kind of removed after the hurricane. So we're going to do some fundraising on Halloween to get some food pantry. You can bring a food pantry item or do a donation for the food pantry. But I'm going to do a traditional, authentic trick or treat, bobbing for apples Halloween party with or without costumes, or even if you're out and about and you just have time to stop by for a trick or treat, we're going to be doing that on Halloween. So in the meantime, I want you to get into the season. I want you to realize that you are so powerful right now. We just had a full moon. We're going into this regeneration phase where the moon is starting to get smaller in the sky. And as we get closer to that next full moon, we get closer and closer to the new energy of wow. It's no longer the sticky energy. It's more the energy of regaining footing. It's really about looking at that deep wants. And for anybody pre-planning and want to look ahead, there's